Hello and a warm welcome back to the Kilohertz Mercedes channel, and I hope you're all safe and well. Now today's video we're going to be concentrating on restoring your plastic headlights. Now this is a common issue which affects kind of older cars now. Once you get to about 10 years or so, you get UV sun damage on the plastic lenses and they kind of go yellow and also kind of discoloured. Now this is my C-Class estate. You can see about here around this, the side light's not too bad, but the upper portion of the main headlights are kind of yellow and scratched, and you can actually kind of hear it. And it's exactly the same on the other side as well. Because there's various different kits available, and some people even say that you can use kind of toothpaste to fix these. But the kit which I found pretty good, I'm not endorsed by them or anything, is the Holtz kit here. I've used this on a couple of cars, it's pretty good. I'll go through the contents of the box later, but basically this attaches to a cordless drill and has everything you need. Now I've also previously done it on my girlfriend's what's this, Toyota Yaris. So you see this side is completely smooth, there's no noise at all. And just for the purpose of this video, I'll show you what it looks like before I even attempted that. I mean, you can hear that as well. There's a little section here which has no problem, but it's all yellow, it's cloudy. And if you look at them side by side, it's kind of night and day. So I'm going to go through and in this video show you exactly what you need to do with the kit and basically refresh the car and make it a lot safer, because it does affect the light pattern over time and it can be an MOT failure eventually. Okay, so a very quick walkthrough of what's included in the kit. Now, as I said earlier, there's plenty of different manufacturers of these kits available. It just happens to be that I've used this kit in the past over many cars in the past. I just find this really good. It includes everything that you need. So let's have a very quick look inside. Starting with a couple of a pair of microfiber cloths. And then inside you have the drill attachment. Now, I'm going to be using this just with, I've got a standard just Bosch cordless drill, and then that fits on the drill attachment. And then on the other side of this you've got some Velcro. Now that in turn allows you to use these pre-cut sandpaper patches. Now these go from 3000 grit all the way down to 800 grit, and there's two of each, obviously for one for each headlight, so you should have a pair of each one. What's that, 3000 and another 3000 and so on. So when you work your way through those, you then next go on to, it gives you a bottle of Headlight abrasive polish. So when you finish with the sandpaper, you go on with the polisher, which you've got a sponge pad here, which again in turn fits onto the Velcro here. And then when you've done all that, you then go ahead and you've got the headlight sealant, which is included in the kit. Now there are quite a few kits out there that don't have the sealant. If you don't put the sealant on, you will end up in the same boat as you with yellow or faded headlights again after a few months. This enables the UV protection, which would have been on the headlights initially, which is what's worn away, causing the headlights to go yellow. So if you don't have this, you're just going to speed up the process again. You're going to have to do it a few months later. As with any project, preparation is key. Now before you start anything, make sure that you get yourself some decent quality masking tape. Now what you want to do is do a full couple of laps around the entire headlight lens. You want to build it up so it's quite thick. So reason being is if you're using the drill, it's very easy without to not even notice that you're actually burning through some of the paint in either the plastic bumper or on the metal bonnet, and that's the last thing you want. Also, make sure that you give the lens a full deep clean before starting, because you don't want any kind of little bits of dirt or grit or anything, and if you're compacting it down with a drill bit, the chance you create some gouges in the plastic lens and make it even worse, so much so you can't even fix it. So yeah, give your lens a full deep clean beforehand, and then a couple of layers of masking tape before you start. Carefully install the masking tape the entire way around the headlight, ensuring that no metalwork is exposed. So you're going to put the drill attachment on, and then we're going to start with the 800 grit sandpaper. Now they're all been cut specifically for this attachment. Now this is a wet sanding process, so you have to have some water ready. Just dip that in, and you have to keep it wet at all times. So I'm just going to apply that to the lens. It's a little bit messy. You're going to make sure that you keep going around, not staying in the same place at all times. Okay, this will make a bit of a mess and it will look worse before it looks better, so don't be alarmed. The whole point is you're going to get this looking really cloudy, and if you've not done this before, it's a little bit of a panic, like, oh, I've made it worse. But once you get to the buffing stage, you will get rid of that and it will be better overall. So yeah, just work your way across the lens, not staying in one location for too long so you don't burn it, and of course keep wetting it. Okay, so once you've finished one pad and gone over the entire lens, it's just a case of working your way through the different pads, increasing the number each time until you get to the final pad, which is the 3000. And each time you just go over the entire lens and then until it's worn out, and then rinse and repeat, going up the grades. And as I said, it will look worse before it looks better. So once you've worked your way through all the different pads and you've done the 3000, and it'll be now a case just to clean this off and wipe it down. And you will notice that it's very cloudy, as I mentioned earlier. But you can already see, compared to the yellowness of this lens, so that's coming out in the camera, it's already an improvement. And the next process will be getting the sponge polishing attachment onto the drill, as well as the abrasive solution that will dab onto the lens, and then we'll be able to buff out all the scratches. Okay, so you put the sponge polishing pad, it goes on the Velcro, the blue side, you just attach that there. And then what we want to do is dab on, probably put a bit too much there, but of course this is always what happens when you're filming. Just spread that out a bit, and then we want to first of all dab. Now this process is very messy, but ultimately what we're doing is we're putting this adhesive, it's kind of like toothpaste, and once you polish it on, it should get rid of all the little tiny scratches, and then eventually after a few attempts it will get really nice and shiny. So let's give it a go. Continue this process multiple times, each time cleaning between so you can check on your progress. And as soon as you've finished the final bit of polishing, it's just time to wipe that off. So we'll have a look what the final result is. And already, I mean, just look at that, that looks fantastic. Not only is it less yellow, there's no kind of frosting or clouding on the lens whatsoever. I mean, I'll give it a full clean in a moment, but look at that compared to, if you look over to that side, see the kind of yellowing and just the cloudiness, especially at the top. I'll do a comparison in a moment, but yeah, just look at that, as good as new. Okay, so once you've finished and cleaned up all the residue and it's looking pretty good, the last part of the process is putting headlight sealer on. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you don't do this, this is going to go yellow again in a month or two. So this prevents it from going yellow again. So just use the cloth which they provide, and then it's just a case of spraying it all on, like so. And it's slightly tacky, so it's just a case of rubbing it on like so. Just apply a little amount of pressure. Okay, and then when you've done that, you just leave it 5-10 minutes or so and repeat it. Now I will do about 2 or 3 coats, or no, maybe about 4 coats, and then you're good to go. As soon as you finish the one headlight, move on of course to the second one. Now here's a quick nighttime before and after shot. If you look at the before shot, you can't even make out at the top where the indicator bulb is. It's completely cloudy. Compared to the after shot, and you can clearly see where the bulb is. There's a massive improvement over both of them.
all the work done. Now it took me about an hour or so to do each side, each headlight, and I think you can see from behind me it's completely transformed the look of the car. Not only has it improved all the safety aspects with the beam pattern being restored to what the factory intended, it also, all the yellow's gone, which is not a good couple of years off the car. Now if you enjoyed this video and you want to see other videos like it, consider clicking on that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. That way you're notified as soon as I upload new videos and content. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and until next time, thanks very much for watching. Cheers.